What's up, guys? Welcome back to Project Time Garage. So our last episode of our little Datsun pickup consisted of us getting it started and getting it off the trailer. Now that we know it runs good, it's time to give it a little bit of love. Here's what we're gonna do. We stopped by the local Napa, got us an air filter, an oil filter, a fuel filter, a couple of gallons of oil. I chose the diesel oil since it's got a pretty high zinc content. It tends to be pretty good for older engines, especially engines that have flat tappet camshafts. And I don't know if this one has flat or roller. I have no idea. I don't know anything about these, but I figured just to be safe, that's what we're gonna use. So let's get this thing up in the air, do a really quick maintenance to it, and then let's start on some cleanup and beautification after that. Now guys, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, right down there in the corner, you're gonna see my logo. You can click on that and subscribe to my channel. I mean, it couldn't hurt anything, right? In fact, toenail fungus, that may clear up faster. You never know. So you definitely wanna subscribe. I guess this project's not gonna do itself, so we may as well do it. On with the show. Thank you, Datsun. They actually made it so that you can get a drain pan under here and you can actually reach this drain plug without even having to jack up the truck. Man, I wish everybody would do that. That rocks. Oh, look at that. That oil is actually, it's clear. It's nice and clean. Just a tad of debris on the magnet there. Not bad. I've seen worse. I think I may drive worse. All right, that's good enough. Feel good about the oil though. The fact that it's pretty clean already. Feel really good about that. It says 4.3 quarts. This is 4. All right, that's 4 quarts. Rather than start this engine dry or without oil in the system, I'm gonna pull the coil wire and I'm just gonna use the starter motor to spin it over some and start to get some oil pumped up through the thing before we, try to start it again. So let me go ahead and do that before I forget. All right, hopefully that at least started to get some oil pumping up through the system there. Start this little bugger up. We have oil pressure. All right, got all the old dinosaurs out of the engine, new dinosaurs in there. That completes the fluid and filter part of our service. Next, let's move on to the ignition. It needs just a little bit of a tickle because I think it's pretty old. There's what we've got. Fresh set of NGK plugs, a new cap, some new wires, and I actually have some points too, but I'm not going to put points in there right now because I'm going to show you why. I think somebody just did this. What they didn't do, however, is plugs and wires because they are atrocious looking. Let's start with this right here. Out with the old. How am I ever going to find the firing order on this thing again? It's so complex. I dare say I believe somebody has been here before. Book says 032 on these. That's exactly what they are. Can't beat that. Go through, check them all. Man, that's good, guys. Take them right out and they're gapped just right out of the box. Can't beat that. Of course, if I hadn't checked them, they would have been way off. That's just how things like that work. That one's a little bit tight. See? There, 32. That's good. I don't know about the rest of you out there, but I'll take my old plugs and I put them back in the box and I save them because you just never know when you might need an old spark plug. I mean, these weren't the best things in the world, but they were working. At least some of them were, so worst case scenario, I have a couple of extra plugs. And I'll also keep the plug wires too, just because I know that some of them were good. And it never hurts to have an extra set of plug wires laying around for various things. I'll tell you what, one thing it's got going for it is it's really easy to work on. I'm just going to pull the oil dipstick so I can get to plugs. Definitely had some problem with this cap with carbon traces in here. See how dirty that thing is? I had to clean it out a couple of different times. So my rotor button won't be here until tomorrow. That's a bummer, but that's okay. I can live with it. Gosh, that looks better just right there, doesn't it? There, much cleaner. But do it run. I'd say that runs good. Let's also check the timing on it and just see where that's at so we know. Let's unhook our vacuum advance so that we can see maybe an accurate representation of where our timing actually is. And this is going to create a little bit of a vacuum leak, but it is what it is. It may make it rev a little higher, but I think we can still see what we need to see. So let's fire it up and see what we've got. Alright, so at this point here, we're about 5 degrees advanced at this point. I wonder what it wants. That seems okay for this. I probably wouldn't want to push it any more than that. So we know that it's set 5 degrees at 900 RPMs. So we have an oil change done. We have plugs, wires, cap, buttons on its way. Verified our timing. We've bled the brakes, fuel filters installed, air filters installed. All of those little things that it needs, you know, as far as like coming out of hibernation are done. I think it's probably time, maybe after this, to do a little bit of beautification to it. I've got just the thing to get us started. Simple green, some purple power, water, a bunch of other junk. Well, the wash helped out some. You can see all the streaks where I went back and forth with the wand. the paint's coming off. That's factory primer. And then there's this red oxide layer. And then there's an orange layer under there somewhere. And then there is the tractor paint layer that somebody squirted on there. And I'm reasonably sure of that, because places like here and here, and you can see right here, you can see where they didn't tape off their windshield gasket very well. Plus the paint here is real dry and porous. Again, you can see there where somebody's been opening that door for a whole lot of years. But yeah, it cleaned up good. It cleaned up okay. Nova! What's up, girl? Say hi to the camera, Nova. Hi to the camera. Sit down. Sit down. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. But yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, guys, I think this video is getting pretty long. Getting long enough anyway. Made a lot of progress. Got our oil changed, tune-up. All our basic maintenance things are done and ready to go. As far as tires go, I'm waiting on those to come in. As soon as the tires come in, we're gonna drive this thing. It's ready to go. I'm ready to go. I think it's ready to go. So make sure you stay subscribed. We have a lot more stuff to do on this truck. We're gonna get this thing up to the point where we can just jump in it and drive it, you know, rattle town in it and stuff like that. I think it'll be a really fun little project. I have a couple of things coming up in the next episode. I think I'm kind of getting a direction on where I want to go with this truck, and it's not really a rat rod per se. I just like a few of those rat rod concepts. I know already that we're going to keep the body and the paint just the way it is. I'm going to get some of that, probably that patina sauce, and go over it. First, I'm going to go over the whole thing with 1000 grit sandpaper. I'm just going to kind of wet sand it and try to knock down all this rough stuff and get it back to as close to the original paint as I can get. And if I burn through a little bit here and there, so be it. Patina sauce it, and that's where we're going to go with that. As far as the wheels go, I think I'm going to paint the wheels just like a bright, probably a Toyota super white. I'm going to do a base clear on them, try to make them look really, really pretty. Factory hubcaps are staying on it. Factory size tires with little white walls going back on it. As far as the roof of the truck goes, been thinking a lot about what to do on that. I'm going to probably end up painting it also Toyota super white, and again do it in a base clear, a whole lot of clear, really shiny, try to make it really, really pretty and white. I think that would be a nice contrast to the truck, the white wheels, the white roof, and the rest of the truck kind of rough and ratty. I think that would look good. As far as interior, I think I know what I'm going to do there. I believe we're going to end up having the seat recovered in red and white vinyl, probably. I'm thinking, you know, like the red on the outsides trim with the, you know, the white pieces in the center, the white panels, I guess, in the center. I don't know what the terminology is for all that, you know, little bumps and stuff, but kind of a factory looking, but really red and really white. And probably gonna do the same for the door panels. Gonna have those things done red top and bottom and white panel in the middle. And I think that'll make it look kind of how I want it. Not really restoring it, not really modifying it. I'm just kind of riding the fence right there in the middle somewhere. So anyway, if you guys have ideas or things that you think I could do to this truck, man, definitely let me know downstairs in those comments. I would love to hear you guys. Some of you guys are extremely creative out there. Anyway, I appreciate you watching this video. Stay tuned, like I said earlier, for a lot more on this truck. We got quite a bit more to do on it, plus the other 700,000 or 800,000 projects we have here, and we keep dragging home because we simply can't help ourselves. Anyway, appreciate it, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends about us. I'll see you next time.